Good morning, everyone, and also good afternoon for our guests from the region Asia Pacific. Welcome to our webinar in the topic of Bosch Fire Safety Solutions for Pulp and Paper Industry. Today, your presenter will be Teresa Grunewald, the Global Business Development Manager for AVIOTEC. Teresa, I give the floor to you.
Thank you very much, Anna. And I hope that everybody can hear me well. Anna, maybe you can give me a short feedback about the audio quality.
I think it's good enough. Thank you.
Perfect. So welcome, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, or welcome just at all. We are today talking about overcoming the challenges of fire safety in the paper industry. First of all, I will tell you that this webinar is going to be recorded. So it's just my presentation and my voice, so nobody will see you or your name. During this webinar, you can send your questions inside the Q&A section. You will find it at the right bottom. So just open it, insert your questions, and we will answer them at the end of the webinar and our presentation. And then, just a short notice from my side. My name is Teresa. I'm working for Bosch since 2013. I'm the global business developer for AVIOTEC, so our video-based fire detection solution to detect fires and smoke. I'm really happy that you are joining today, and I hope I can give you some nice insights about the pulp and paper industry and how AVIOTEC is working here. In the first step, we really wanted to find out what about the key goals for safety managers in the pulp and paper industry. So one of the main goals, and that's also one of the main goals for fire detection solutions, is to ensure safety. We want to have the staff safe. We want to have people going out of a building if a fire starts so that nobody gets hurt. In addition to that, we also want to have the building safe and the machinery. So also here, we need to make sure that the machinery is not getting damaged too much, that the building does not get a high damage based on a fire, for example. In addition to that, it is important that our business is running continuously. So in case if there's an interruption caused by a fire, or there is loss of material or products, here we cannot ensure for business continuity. So this is a goal. Make sure that we can run our business all the time and do not have to tell our customers that they have to wait for their products because it's just an interruption in the business. By going through an industry or a facility, we see risks, and those risks need to be minimized. So in case of seeing a risk, there is an analysis, and then we minimize it so that a fire is not starting that easily. And for sure, all the maintenance work, components, and all installed inside a facility, it's going to need to comply to the policies. To give you also a better feeling of what people told us, I've got two quotes with me. One quote, it's from our official reference, a paper company in Ecuador, Inca Palm, and there the guy said that business continuity and long-term cost savings, and hence to install a cutting-edge technology to detect fires. And yes, he is right. We were talking about business continuity. And if you have a system installed in your company, which can make it safe against or to monitor fires early, it's better for the business continuity and also for your long-term savings. And then it's one quote a guy said to me when we visited him for a demonstration on site. And he said, Teresa, you know, every time when I go to bed in the evening, I have the fear that if I go in the morning to my factory, it's his own factory, and then it's reduced to ashes because of a fire he was not recognized. He said that's, for him, it's the highest fear he has. So he wants to have it also safe during the night when nobody is working in that area. just 2 quotes and a picture to show you a little bit that really that is a fear and also a goal for the industry and the safety managers inside. Let's have a look, what are the risks really, and which areas did we define as risks and what did we found out there? We split up the industry in 3 sectors. So on the one hand side, the production area. At the picture, you can see a big paper machine. And on that paper machine, you've got all the paper wheels, you've got paper wood chips running on conveyor belts, and it's getting hot because it's moving. Yeah, it's a normal electricity, it's just moving. And then you've got that paper, the wood chips on top of hot surfaces, for example, it's getting hot. So fires can start easily. As well as that there can be the chance that there's somewhere a pipe not so isolated well. So also here, there are chances that a fire can start, a risk in that area. When we think about the second part, it's the service area. You can see boilers driven by flammable liquids, for example, but also here we've got cables, we've got a lot of rooms where we've got cables around, and when there's a short circuit and then you've got the paper dust around, that's a high chance to start a fire. You've got sparks. If there's personnel which is like welding, yeah, maintenance work, and also those maintenance works can enhance the fire risk or can start a fire, it ignited. And then the third part, in this case, it's the storage area. For sure, products as well as material to produce our products, they need to be stored somewhere. Maybe that's inside of a factory, but often this material or the products are stored outdoors. So with a roof on top, yeah, to save a little bit of place inside the factory for the production area. And inside those storage areas, you've got gaps, and those gaps can work as a chimney. You've got heat differences, you've got weather influences, and you've got highly combustible goods. So paper, wood chips, and all of that can really start easily. And what is the outcome? You're going to lose the material. You can also lose the products. And at the end, there is no business continuity. So it has to stop. It has to be reproduced. And afterwards, you can send it then to the customers. So here we've got those 3 areas where we see or where we heard about the main risks in the pulp and paper industry. It's not new that we need fire detection systems in industries. We've got a lot of different fire systems. They are designed, dedicated for special areas. So we've got point type detectors for commercial buildings, for example, also. We've got linear beam detectors. We've got also aspiration smoke and flame detectors. Those systems work perfectly where they are designed for, but they've got one challenge. And the challenge is that smoke and heat needs to reach those detectors. And if it doesn't, they cannot detect. It's just not possible for them. And when we think about now the pulp and paper industry, we might have 3 challenges, specific challenges for standard fire detection solutions. One is the high fire load. But why is that a challenge for a fire detection system? Yeah, it's starting easy to ignite a fire. And when the fire started, it's spreading very, very well. So it's fast spreading. And therefore, we need a fast reaction, right exact at the source. And this is where we see a challenge for standard fire detection systems, because they are depending on the ceiling height, on the smoke and the heat to reach the detector. So it's not that fast as we need it in that case. Then we've got a difficult environment. I was talking about, yeah, dust in the air, humidity, and all of that is really a challenge. If you think about a point type detector, maybe you can look up in your room and then you see a point type detector, you see the chamber, and then you've got the dust inside that chamber. In addition, with humidity, it stuck perfectly. You have to clean it up and so on. Third, Think about a fire detection system which is also designed and developed to be installed in the outdoor area. I really don't think some challenges. That was the overview about the specific challenges. Let's think about if we can find dedicated use cases in the pulp and paper industry for those specific challenges.
Teresa,
Yeah.
sorry, there was a small gap. So if you would be so kind to repeat the previous slide, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
You mean this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So specific challenges. We have a high fire load, and the high fire load inside those paper and pulp industries, we see that it's because of the paper, which can start easily. And for standard fire detection systems, the challenge is that we really need an early detection. So we need it at the source, that the fire is not spreading too fast. And here, standard fire detection solutions, they are depending on the ceiling height. So this is a challenge here, and also that the smoke needs to reach the detector. Then we've got a difficult environment. So in that difficult environment, with dust and humidity, it's hard for point type detectors, for example. Think about the chamber and then the smoke and the humidity inside the chamber, and it's stucking. So you have to clean it up, you have to replace it. And that's really hard here to combine and to have a reliable system which is working all the time without any challenges. And the third challenge in that case is the outside storage. So if there is an outdoor storage, think about a system, a fire system, which is designed and also able to be installed in the outdoor area. I don't see it really, and this is why we said we need a solution to at least detect sheltered outdoor areas and monitor it for flame and smoke. And this is what AVIOTEC is doing mid of this year. So end of July is the plan that this version will be released, that we are also going outdoors. So AVIOTEC, in that case, is really a solution to all those challenges and to enhance the fire safety in the pulp and paper industry. Let's see which use cases we have to those challenges. What can be found in the pulp and paper industry? So what we can see here is that a machine has a high fire load. As I said, it's hard, it's hot, it's getting hot, and there is electricity inside. So when a fire starts exactly at that machine, it is important for us to recognize it early enough. So maybe I can already go there with a fire extinguisher and extinguish it. The damage is low, and you can produce onwards, so there is no interruption. When you have to wait that the smoke is going to the ceiling, that the heat is going to the ceiling, it's taking much, much longer. That is challenge one with the high fire load, combined with the production area from our first slide. Thinking about the next challenge, we have to split it up a little bit. So difficult environments, we have the challenge with the problems that it makes for standard fire detection systems to really work efficiently, and the maintenance effort. First of all, we've got the smoke, and the smoke is sucking into the detector. I think all the time about aspiration smoke systems. There's dust in the air, and then it's sucking in the air. You've got dust in the pipes. It causes a false alarm maybe. And this is what we don't want. So here we see that if you install AVIOTEC into a housing, you don't have that problem anymore. Going to the next point, in difficult environments, we see that the maintenance effort For standard fire detection systems, it's much higher. Talking again about those pipes, you have to clean them up maybe every second week. One customer was there and he said, like, Teresa, yeah, it's not sufficient that I put those pipes in because, yeah, I have to clean them up all the time and it's more work to clean them up than they do to detect fire. So, yeah, I really don't know what to put here. So we said, okay, let's do it with the AVIOTEC. Also here, installed in a housing, the dust is not making a problem for it. And the last point, once again, outdoor storages. So the area where we store material as well as products. And here we have the solution with AVIOTEC to monitor in those sheltered outdoor areas for flame and smoke. And you can then connect it also to a video management system and have the intelligent video analytics running, so you can also recognize people loitering, maybe also people moving in the wrong direction. All of that is working in parallel to the fire detection here. One short sum up. So why AVIOTEC in the pulp and paper industry? Here you have an early fire and smoke detection system. So we can detect fires at the source and we can reduce the damage based on that. You have a live image. You see what is going on. So when there's a fire, you can directly know what to be done to extinguish it. Maybe you can also then call the fire brigade if you see that it's too late, but you have the chance to really see what is happening. You don't have a problem anymore with those harsh environments. And for a lot of safety managers, it was already the only solution to be installed inside their factory. I was talking about that one reference, and I will also go through some use cases at the end, but maybe there are some participants in the call who don't know what AVIOTEC is doing and how it works. So how does it work? I hope that my slides are working now. Yeah, perfect. So what we can see here are some videos. So on the top, you can see the color mode of the AVIOTEC, and at the bottom, we have the black and white mode. Let's focus on the top. So on the left-hand side, you can see the direct flame, and on the right-hand side, you can see a moving smoke. AVIOTEC is a visual analyzation tool, and what you can see on the left-hand side now, there's a small rectangle around the flame. Here, the alarm was already triggered. On the right-hand side, you've got the same for smoke. So also here, you've got the rectangle for smoke. Now, when we have a look to the black and white mode in the bottom for flame, you can see that also in black and white mode, when we install additional infrared illuminators, AVIOTEC is detecting flame really good. Because in the black and white mode of the camera, it's IR sensitive. So installing the IR illuminators, it gives us light source for the AVIOTEC so that the flame can be detected in that case. And what we can see then on the right-hand side is the smoke. And what you can see here is that the smoke is rising, and it already triggered a little bit the movement of the smoke. This is now the yellow surrounding of the smoke. And as soon as a rectangle starts to appear, this is the alarm then in that case. So for smoke, we have to say that it takes a little bit longer than for flame detection because there's more analyzation in the back of the camera to analyze that it's really also a smoke in this case. And now what you can see is a really small, maybe I have to stop it shortly that you can really see it. Here is the yellow rectangle, and that small rectangle shows that the alarm was triggered. The AVIOTEC is a camera, and inside that camera, we have the algorithms which are analyzing a live scene, as we have seen in the videos before. And as soon as a flame or smoke starts, this is going to be verified inside the AVIOTEC, and then it is going to be transmitted to the attached system. Either it is a video management system where you connect the AVIOTEC via OnViv, or it is a fully integrated video management system like the Bosch video management system or Milestone or Genetec, where you can also see then the metadata. What's also possible is that you use the relay output at the AVIOTEC to connect it as an internal alarm to a fire alarm panel. Let's shortly have a look how the physical algorithm is working. So AVIOTEC is detecting visually. For flame, we have their physical flame model as the basis. So it's covering the flame core, then we've got the flame flickering, and all in all, the flame shape. And this is then combined with an illuminance rating where you have on top and the end then that it's a flame or not. For smoke, we have the same. It's also a physical smoke model. And this physical smoke model tells us that smoke is the motion of half transparent to transparent objects in front of a background. And this movement is going to be detected by AVIOTEC. It's not only upwards, so that's the model. It's also moving sideways or a little bit more disturbed, but this is what AVIOTEC is detecting. And it can then also distinguish between uprising smoke and moving objects in that case. But that's not the only thing we have in the AVIOTEC. It is developed all the time. Since 2016, we did a lot of releases developing and enhancing the algorithm. What came on top now to this physical algorithm input is that am I back?
Yes, we lost you again. Please repeat
This
your
slide,
last sentence. Yes.
I'm really sorry. I really took all measures I could take for the internet, but okay, it's home office time. So everything's fine. I like to tell it more than once. So algorithms inside the AVIOTEC, detecting smoke density, turbulence analysis, all of that. And this is going into an artificial intelligence, and the artificial intelligence helps to decide whether it's a flame or a smoke or not. So, and this enhances us, and it gives us the chance to have the minimum illumination level reduced from 7 lux, where it was before, to 2 lux. And also to have now this 0 lux opportunity where we just install infrared illuminators, so this black and white mode. And the result, sure, we are every time looking for having a higher detection range. So detecting fires maybe which weren't able to detect upfront because the smoke was just too fast, or yeah, the flame was not that visible. So as well as that false alarms which came through sometimes are now reduced as well. And that's every time the goal, getting input from the market to then analyze and reduce the false alarms as well as enhance the algorithm to detect more and more. And that was possible in that case with the approach of a physical supported artificial intelligence inside the AVIOTEC. Now we are talking about some references. So the Inca Palm Ecuador factory I was already talking about, now we have it here again as a picture. Those guys, they installed AVIOTEC in their facility because they said we really need an early fire detection solution which can enhance the safety as well as the security inside our factory. They know that fire starting in those factories often and that there's a high risk, as we have seen in the previous slides, for fires. So here with the dusty environment, they wanted to have a solution working very well. I'm based in Germany, and I really like to tell also about German references. So this is one company, and that's the Mohn Media Print Factory. So they are printing a lot of material, and they've got a headquarter. And in that headquarter, they have a waste paper storage. And that waste paper they are using to create other paper. So I'm not telling you that because I like it, that it's a German reference. I really like the approach they had. And they had one installation of AVIOTEC where we saw a video. And that video gave them the input that how they really created the place where the waste paper is stored might not be the best one. They've got glass ceilings. So then there was one time, and you can imagine they've got those big paper blocks, waste paper blocks stored. But there it was happily on the floor, just some paper scraps. And the sun was moving, and it was moving, and it made like a small yellow, really, really centralized point on the bottom. And then it was moving, and in the time lapse you could see that it was moving a little bit more into the direction of those paper scratches. What happened is that this really, really, really high temperature sun, in that case, started this paper scratches to smolder. So there was a smoke starting, and they saw it, and the AVIOTEC triggered it, and they were like sitting in front of the video. What's that? What is that? Why is that smoking? Oh, we have to go. No, wait, we have to see what's happening. So it was really a nice place when we saw that video. But for them, it was good to see it because sometimes they also store those big paper blocks right exact at that position. And now in the end, they are going to cover the windows so that this is not a problem anymore. Really nice feature. So we have seen what has happened. And this is why they can minimize the risk, comply as well with their policies, and enhance the safety for the machinery, which is there in that area as well as the staff working there and the building. So that is really a really nice approach. And yeah, for us, it was also a really nice project to get those videos so that we can also have it with us, showing when we are on site to some customers here. One other nice approach, that's a cardboard mill, and they've got a storage. It's an automatical storage, and those the shelves are moving depending on the height of the packages which are getting into there with a robot. And there an insurance guy came and said, yeah, the sprinkler at the ceiling is not enough anymore. You need to put a sprinkler at every single level of your shelf. And we said, or the customer said, no, I cannot do it. It's much too expensive, as well as that if the package is, for example, somehow higher than the shelf is adjusted to, then the sprinkler heads get broken, and then you know what happens. The water is everywhere. So they said, no, we are not doing that. So we're just searching for another insurance company then. And the insurance company said, no, please stay. We are looking for another solution. And that's why AVIOTEC came into place here. We did some tests, and we found out that the insurance company, as well as the end customer and the fire brigade of that facility, were really happy with the solution. They really saw the beneficence of having an early fire detection solution inside their warehouse. And this is how the insurance company said, okay, you don't need that sprinkler system anymore. The fire brigade has the video of the camera at a tablet, so they can directly see and monitor what's happening. They know what to do in case of a fire. And that's a really nice approach in that case. Last but not least, the outdoor. I do not have any official reference or use case for you right now because it's not released yet. So it's coming, and that's our approach this year. That's our main release we will have. And it's just like here we did some proof of concepts already with customers in outdoor storage areas, in areas where they have issues getting the fire recognized early enough. And that's the case where we see in the future. And also that's what the Ecuador guys said to us, like, we are having an outdoor storage. Is AVIOTEC working there? And we said, not yet. And this is what we did. So now we can go to them and say, yeah, now it's working. And we can enhance their all over security and safety solution again with more AVIOTEC in the outdoor area to store even there the material and all the goods they have. So right now, I would say
we lost Teresa again, but she's coming back.
I'm going to be reconnected.
We can hear you now.
I'm back. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So we are really happy if we can explain you AVIOTEC even more in detail. It was just now a rough overlook about the real features. We've got also the intelligent video analytics inside. But what I want you all to take out of that webinar right now is that there are dedicated areas, dedicated risks, and also dedicated challenges where AVIOTEC gives you a really, really good solution and an enhanced system to make your end customer, or even if you are the end customer, you more safe against fires. It's an early fire detection. We have the video image and we can really see what's happening. And if you want to know if it also works for you, where I'm totally sure it will, yeah, you can also ask our colleagues to have a demonstration, an on-site demonstration, where we just take our AVIOTEC. We can perform some small smoke or flame tests, not influencing your production, to be sure. But this is something we can offer you for you to even get AVIOTEC know even better. So feel free. And yeah, right now we are open for your questions. And yeah, I hope that there are some. I will have a look at it. What's already there? Oh, my audio wasn't working. Okay. I know it. I'm really, really sorry that there are some network issues. How small is the video, the flame, how small in the video the flame or smoke can be detected, or how far away can we put the AVIOTEC from the flame to be detected? We've got on our webpage, or the product catalog, there is also an Excel tool, but I want to give you a rough feeling. So with the standard lens and the standard opening angle of the lens, we can detect a flame in a size of 50 centimeter in a distance of 59 meter. So depending on the detection range of the AVIOTEC, so wherever you put the flame in comparison to the AVIOTEC, it needs to cover 1.1% of the pixels in that case. So, and if you open this Excel planning tool, or you ask your local partner if he can show you something, and then you can also see what difference it makes if you open the angle more, or what about your application. So, but if you have the normal opening angle, it can detect this 50 centimeter flame, which is a norm flame, into 59 meter distance. AVIOTEC can differ between the smoke and dust, because dust is normally just in the air. It's a little bit in the air, so that it's not moving and not making this upwards moving, the real movement of the smoke. It's also not that turbulent inside. So there are some things where you can be sure that AVIOTEC is not triggering the dust as a smoke. If there are some interfering factors, like maybe some movement of a conveyor belt which is causing a problem, we have additional settings you can make, like sensitivity settings or also verification time, to be adjusted so that there's no problem here in the end. You can also download or we will send you the presentation via email if you did send your contact details within the registration. We will send afterwards an email with all that material as well. Are there plans to certify AVIOTEC just as Access Arani is certified for CNPP and BOSEC? So we are looking everywhere for certification into the local countries. We have already a VDS certification, so this German certification, as well as the CSIRO. It's an Australian certification here in that case. We know that the ISO is working as well as on a standard for video-based fire detection, so that also on this basis, it will be hopefully in the end finally be able to have that certification somehow. And we are also looking into local countries what is possible in that case. The VDS certification, it is for the AVIOTEC. So it's really the AVIOTEC for flame and smoke monitoring. Yeah. So this is what is certified by the VDS. There's also now an official standard of the VDS. It's not only a test agreement with us, it's a really official standard, the VDS 3847. And this is for video-based fire detection solutions. So also this, if you're looking up that in the internet, it will state you what will be tested inside those standards and where it is for. Okay, there's one last question I have so far. How are the experience outdoor? As I said, we have some installation in outdoor areas at pilot installations. What did we find out here is that smoke and flame will be detected, that's for sure. The smoke needs the same density. We talk about like 40%, so that it's good dense to be seen. Like in the video we have shown out of the outdoor testing, but also in the fire lab indoor. This is something which is also required outdoors to be able to detect. And yeah, we are currently running also tests, and this is why the release is not yet there. So and then end of July, hopefully, maybe we name August, there will be the release. And then within the release, there will be also requirements and limitations explained then in the operation manuals of the AVIOTEC as well as the datasheet. The VDS standard, I will just shortly write it into the chat that everybody knows about the number. I hope that it was, oh no, it was the wrong one. I will answer it then soon. Okay. Good.
One more maybe, Teresa.
Yeah.
Are there any plans to have a bullet version of AVIOTEC?
Sorry, I did not get it right. Somehow
Are there any plans to develop a bullet AVIOTEC?
Okay. So in the future, we will have also different form type of AVIOTEC. So we will see what comes really next. We are currently into planning what's really then the next form factor, if it is still a box type, but I think it will go more into the direction of a bullet camera. What we heard from the market, it's more need for that. But yeah, we evaluated at the moment what is possible also with upcoming video releases from our video colleagues. So we are every time in close contact with them to have something in the future as well.
Okay. I cannot see more in the chat.
No. Ah, there was one maybe. Yeah. So you've got flame detection and smoke detection on the same time. Sure. Maybe I did not explain that that good. So you have it every time on the same time. It's combined in one AVIOTEC. You have flame and smoke detection. If you don't need both, or if the customer just want to have smoke or flame, you can also turn off the other one. So you can say just smoke, just flame, or both. That is totally possible. And also the settings to be adjusted, they are depending on if you want to have that for smoke or for flame. So it's up to you. You can also set different different masks in the picture where AVIOTEC maybe should only detect flame or only smoke. So this is up to what the customer need is.
In the meantime, one more question has arrived. Do you always recommend a live demo for end users?
Yes.
Seeing and believing.
Seeing is believing. No, we found really out that it's also for us, it's good to be live there at the place to see maybe there are windows or something like that, just to understand about the area, to have a better planning possible at the end. Referring to the next question which came, there is a planning tool. You can find it in the product catalog. Anna, maybe we can put the link maybe also to the product catalog then
Sure.
into the email answer, so that everybody knows where to find it. It's really an Excel tool. Give it time to open, and if it is opened and you have any questions, you can either contact us via email, or you get into contact with the local partners you have from Bosch. You can also find them out on the webpage. So don't hesitate to contact us if you want to plan it, or also our colleagues, they are really, really open to help planning and to support you in that case. The AVIOTEC at the moment is VDS compliant to the test agreement we did with the VDS in 2017, and every release was also then tested by the VDS onto this agreement. And we are currently testing onto the new VDS standard, and as soon as that is available, there will be also a new VDS certificate online inside the product catalog where it is stated which it is compliant to. So this can also be found then at the product catalog of AVIOTEC.
How many different fire in one time can be detected?
Too many, you don't need them. No, it can be, 127 or something like that into one picture. So I don't want that it burns that much, because one small fire is enough to be.
We have a network topic again, but she's coming back. Yes, you are back now.
Okay. So you have 18 mask options per profile, per setup, where you can set those masks for smoke or flame detection, or smoke time regions in that case. Good. I think it's also time's over. It was running really fast. I hope not only for me, I hope for you it was also that interesting as I thought it is. It's a really nice topic. Pulp and paper industry, I think everybody of us has paper at his home, and it's a really great industry to be even more safer with our system. Feel free to contact us in case that you need more information. Get directly to our colleagues, and yeah, I'm looking forward to hear you in the next webinars coming to maybe other industries or other features of the AVIOTEC. And therefore, I'm going to wish you a nice day. Stay healthy and safe, same as, yeah, all the best for you. And I'm happy to hear you soon sometime. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Teresa. Bye-bye.